Little Nightmares 2 is a puzzle platformer indie game developed by Tarsier Studios and published by Bandai Namco. And I can confidently say that I love this franchise. Although it borrows the classification of horror in its genre, I wouldn't exactly call it a scary game. Little Nightmares 1 and 2 are atmospheric masterpieces that create an eerie, decrepit world and yet can instill feelings of hope and happiness as you play through the story, only to take it away from you later on. Quite a feat considering there isn't a single word spoken in the entire franchise. Well, kinda. But that's not why we're here, is it? We're here because this game has trophies, and I'm what you call a trophy hunter. You receive a platinum trophy for completing every challenge that a base PlayStation game has to offer you. I have 4,299 trophies, and 30 of them are platinum. And I plan on making Little Nightmares 2 my 31st. Before we get into it, I just want to mention quickly that I did stream the first playthrough of this game on the PlayStation 5, and there's a full video of it on this channel. You can find it here. Okay, now with that out of the way, let's get started. Getting the platinum trophy for this game is relatively straightforward. There's trophies for completing chapters, there's trophies for finding stuff, and there's trophies for doing stuff. I thought the best plan of action is to go through the game, getting everything we can along the way, then once it's finished, we go back and get everything we missed. There's 5 chapters in Little Nightmares 2, and the first 4 are going to be where we get most of our trophies. As you can see, we start the game in the middle of a forest, coming out of a TV. After a bit of learning the controls and game mechanics, I throw this shoe and absolutely botch activating this very obvious trap, and then immediately get myself caught in it like an idiot. Remember this. Not long after, we come across a house, which is filled with disgusting food-related things and fake taxidermied people. Oh, I almost forgot. This is where we find our first trophy. What's in the box is unlocked by opening one of several fridges you can find throughout the journey. But most importantly, in the basement downstairs, we'll find and free a little girl trapped behind a door. She doesn't exactly trust us, but quickly realizes that if either of us want to escape, we're going to need to work together. We find a handle, which gets us a key, which opens the door back outside. In the outhouse just outside is the shadow of a child. I'm going to be calling them echoes. They're kind of hard to see, but echoes are the first of 2 types of collectibles we'll need to get all the collectible trophies. Our main character, Mono, is somehow able to absorb these echoes into himself when he touches them. I have no idea if this is good or bad, so sorry if you were wondering. Anyways, right afterwards, we come across the hunter, the probable owner of the house and everything we've come across so far. I don't know much about the hunter either, except he doesn't like us and wants us dead, probably by shooting us with his double-barrel shotgun. We spend a few segments running and sneaking away from him until we come across some of his traps that he's laid out. Unfortunately, it seems as though we weren't the only kids he's been capturing, and we were the lucky ones. After knocking down a trap with a corpse in it, we find the second of our 2 types of collectibles, a cute little rain hat. We can find hats throughout the game to replace Mono's paper bag. I don't really have any further comments about that, they're just nice. Let's equip it. Not long after, it's back to running away from the hunter until we finally come across this small cabin where we find a shotgun of our own. And with the help of our friend, the hunter is no longer a problem. We find a lonely door lying on the beach, which we take on a little journey across a lake into the city to begin Chapter 2. It's at this time that I remember there is a trophy for holding hands with our friend for a certain amount of time, and I will be doing so as much as I can until we get it. The beach we arrive at also has the second echo that we collect. As we leave the beach, we are greeted with the trophy Foraged, which unlocked thanks to us completing the first chapter of the game. We hop into some buildings and do some platforming to find the third echo chilling at the very top of this floor. We pass through a door and get lured in by a TV which kind of sends us into the dream hallway from the start of the game with an ominous door at the end. Fortunately, our little friend pulls us back before we reach it. Not long after, we reach the outside of a school. It takes me a while, but I figure out that by wearing the ball hat you can find on the dumpster and running through the soccer posts, we unlock the referee trophy. We climb up some bed sheets, throw an empty can of soup at a painting to go through a secret hole, jump on a secret floorboard, see the shadow of something scary, almost get hit by a trapped bucket, same with a trapped ceiling light, before finally getting trapped in a locker while helplessly watching our little friend get kidnapped and taken by a group of some ceramic-like school kids. As we go through the school, looking to get our friend back, we pass another set of lockers, one of which has an echo inside. And then we finally meet the teacher. We sneak past her and everyone else in class, knock down the shelf to get a key, hide while we witness what nightmares are literally made of, grab the key, escape the class, and unlock the elevator and get the heck out of there. On the next floor, we come across one of the ceramic kids hooked up to the wall with a leash, obviously being punished for something, but I have no empathy as he quite clearly would do us harm if he could. Out of spite, I hit him a couple times after grabbing the pipe we need, and believe it or not, this is important and will come back to bite us. Moving on, we get to a library of sorts and move this tiny little ladder to grab the next hat in our collection. This one looks like a tin can with holes, I think. Looking good. We dodge the teacher, go through the door to come to a big lobby area, solve a quick chess puzzle, which opens a door which gives us yet another key, which we use to unlock another door, but not before grabbing this other echo hanging off the ledge on the other side of the second floor. Using the key to move on, we enter the cafeteria section, and before going any further, we open this door to the left, which happens to be the freezer, and find out what happened to the lunch lady. There's also an echo here to collect. We fight a bunch of the ceramic kids in the kitchen, and use one of their heads as a disguise to walk through a very large group of them undetected. Next up, we use a brain to open a door, which leads to another encounter with a teacher. We sneakily escape, fight an onslaught of school kids, and thankfully rescue our friend. Finally, together again, we jump on a piano to open a path downwards, and use it to distract another kid while we grab yet another key. A minute later, we witness our friend taking some vengeance on a school kid by violently strangling him before we even get the chance to fight. There's another teacher section where we have to stay still while she plays the piano, and then there's this part. And that's chapter 2.
Alright.
As we keep on trucking, we get to this really nice atmospheric wide shot and come across an echo with a paper boat. That must be a reference to something. And then finally, it's revealed that our friend is in fact Six from the first game, by donning her iconic yellow raincoat. The moment made a little more sweeter by giving us another trophy, True Colors.
That was a nice moment.
As we enter this large building through the window, the Schooled trophy pops up thanks to us completing the second chapter.
Is that for getting past the...
We do a little platforming and quickly understand that we're in some sort of hospital, which is powered by these little white fuses. We move on and find a flashlight, which is a godsend in these dark hallways, and thankfully come across a vending machine. I'm thirsty, so I pull the lever a couple times for some drinks, and oh, would you look at that, a trophy. Hunger, which, by the way, was going to be the name of the original Little Nightmares game before they changed it. We get sucked into another TV, Six pulls us out again, and the camera zooms out to show us that we're in a big lobby. To the right is an X-ray machine and a room full of dolls and stuffed toys. We can use this machine to find a secret key, what a surprise, stuffed inside one of these dolls. We turn the machine on and hold hands while behind the screen to unlock the trophy X Best Friends. Aww. We take the teddy bear downstairs and throw it into an incinerator and pull the lever, leaving the key behind for us to take. We use the key to unlock the top right door, which leads us to an area filled with mannequin parts. 6 boosts us through this window, and we continue on until... there's no other way to really say it. A mannequin hand comes alive, detaches itself from the main body, and tries to kill us. It chases us until we find this hammer and show it who's boss. I let my anger management support group down by hitting it a few more times after it's dead, and we unlock the "and stay dead" trophy. Anyways, we grab a fuse and make our way back to the lobby. Pop the fuse into the left side of the second floor to unlock this metal gate. Now take a look at this, right here. It's really hard to see, but that is a corn, like a corn cob. Moving on, 6 boosts us again into my least favorite section of the game, where we quickly find out that more mannequin body parts want to kill us. Fortunately, they can only move in the dark, so we better make good use of our flashlight. We run away in terror and make it to another hallway, hop into a vent, which leads us to a room, and oh look, cheese! We take the cheese through a hole in these metal gates and come across another Echo, sitting on the edge of a large hole in a creepy room. We grab the Echo and give the cheese to whatever monstrosity is down the hole to unlock the Objection Trophy. We run through this terrible hallway, narrowly escaping some crawling mannequins, use some sick spinning techniques to escape some standing ones, to finally come to this weird torture/hypnosis room next to where we started. We grab this medicine ball and throw it to one of the reaching hands trying to kill us, and it kindly throws it back, unlocking the medicine ball trophy. We overload the electric chair to make the fuse pop out and throw it to the other side of the gate, where 6 is waiting. She unlocks it for us and we take both the fuses back to the elevator to power it on. It's at this point I actually took a little break from the game, and when I got back, the 26th trophy immediately unlocked for me, which you get for calling her to your position 26 times. No idea why it unlocked at this moment, but I'll take it. We go down the elevator, and just a few seconds later, the "in the palm of my hand" trophy unlocks because we were holding 6's hand for the required amount of time. Let's keep going. We fight more mannequin hands and finally come across the Doctor, a massive, gravity-defying, disgusting monstrosity responsible for creating all the maniacal, children-killing mannequins we've come across so far. Yeah, I don't like them. So we avoid the heck out of him for a bit, grab another key, unlock this door forward, trick the Doctor into coming into this room so we can grab a fuse to unlock another gate to get away. There's a chase scene that's only slightly less scary than the teacher in the vent one, and we're able to trap the Doctor in one of the incinerators. There is a very strong temptation to pull the lever and let our would-be capturer burn, but if we leave him in there and just go, it unlocks the first Do No Harm trophy. Which is more cruel? I'll let you decide. Oh, and this is immediately followed by the Hospitalized Trophy for completing Chapter 3. Alright, after getting back outside, we take a walk in the rain and find a bunch of clothes everywhere that are just empty, as well as what appears to be victims of suicide. The strange and grim atmosphere is only enhanced by the presence of faceless people who are obsessed with watching TV. We do some elevator puzzle shenanigans and find another secret creepy room with an Echo inside. We leave the building and walk across some rooftops, giving us a view at a very suspicious looking tower far off in the background. Once we're inside again, the building we're in collapses on us, but turns out we're alright, and we pull 6 out from the rubble. We find a room and can't help but get lured into a TV one more time. Unfortunately, it looks like 6 doesn't pull us out in time, and we finally open the door at the end of the hallway, revealing a tall, well-dressed, thin man. Even though 6 now pulls us out, it's too late as we realize this guy we've unleashed is coming out of the TV, and he's coming for us. We run down the hallway and hide under the bed while 6 mistakenly hides under the table. Once she realizes her poor choice, it's too late as the thin man quickly snatches her up and disappears, leaving behind her own shadowy Echo. We make our way back to the TV and find out that Mono has TV teleporting powers of his own, and complete several puzzles involving them, but not before finding a clicker that allows us to turn TVs on and off if we're facing them. It's been a while, but after getting to this mail room and going left, we find another hat. This one kind of looks like a train conductor hat, or maybe an officer? I'm not sure, but I like it. We go through this TV, we go through that TV, we make this guy fall off a roof, and have a soul-squeezing surreal walk-by involving that big tower again. We electrocute this guy, drop down to another mailroom, but this time we're going to open up this suitcase and grab a package. If we take it all the way over here, we unlock the post-industrial trophy. We go through another TV, electrocute this granny faceless, do a big puzzle involving a cart to get to a TV so we can drop down outside to get through this TV, which gets all these faceless mad, who chase after us. We try to save Six from another TV we see her trapped in, then we run away from the Thin Man, then hide from him, then run from him on a train before escaping from him on the train. After the train section that we're on crashes, it seems like Mono has had enough and finds his resolve. He's playfully led by Six's echo up this ladder into the streets up top. Mono takes off his hat as the Thin Man appears once again. Mono and him have an epic psychic battle which ends in our victory. We use our newly realized powers to warp reality and bring the tower to us, where we're now certain Six is being held. Now we're in the last section of the game, and there are no collectibles here, so I'm just going to quickly run through what happens. The tower is filled with doors and purple lights. We have to follow the sound of Six's theme to go through the right doors to get to her. When we find her, she's been turned into some sort of monster, and she's holding a representation of her music box that we found her with in the beginning. We smack it with a hammer, and it seems to shatter the dreamlike state we're in, temporarily sending us to this empty dark reality before getting sent back. Monster Six is now very angry and chases us. We smack the box again with an axe before getting sent back to the dark place before opening a door and hitting it again. This repeats one final time before reality starts breaking down and Six very desperately wants us to not break her precious box. We call out to her, which causes her to flinch back and finally break the music box, returning her to normal. Unfortunately, the real form of the tower is a fleshy, pulsating mass filled with eyes, and it's closing in on us fast. We run away, and Six jumps over a ledge and holds out her hand for us. And like many times before, we jump to her, and she catches us. There's a brief moment where Six and Mono look at each other as he hangs there. And then Six lets go. She watches us fall for a brief moment before going back through a portal. Yeah, I needed a moment as well. Mono wakes up in an empty, dark place, but the walls are gone and the floor is now flesh and eyes. We walk around for a bit before sitting down on this chair. The camera slowly zooms out and we can see the passage of time. Mono gets a little older, he gets a little bigger, and we slowly realize Mono is the Thin Man. Yeah, I know. Crazy, right? Whether it's a time loop situation or the tower turns people into the Thin Man, I have no idea. I just love this game. As the credits roll, we unlock the half hat trophy, which we get for finding half of all the hats, and signal interruption for beating the game. But we're not done! Let's speedrun the rest of this thing. As we start the game up anew, we find a new hat in our collection. We equip it to unlock the How Do I Look trophy.
How do I look? Okay.
We drop down in the bear trap area, and if we go to the left under the tree, we find the last echo we need for the Wild Kids trophy, which unlocks for finding all the echoes in the first chapter. Remember when I walked into that trap in the beginning like a big dum-dum? If I got to the hunter's house without getting caught in a trap, we would have got the evasive prey trophy, which we get now. I realized now that I missed a lot of obvious collectibles because in the room just to the left of the hallway where we go to find Six is another hat. If we make it to the end of the first chapter and kill the hunter while wearing this hat, we get the Fair Prey trophy. Fast forward to the school chapter. If we grab this paper plane in the area with the secret painting and throw it out the window we just came through, we unlock the Fly Free trophy. In the section where you meet the teacher for the first time, if the kids catch wind of you and you get this shelf to fall on 3 of them, bam, Bully of Bullies trophy. You remember this guy? Last time I got a little angry at him, but if we grab the pipe without hurting him, it pops the Merciful Feet trophy. Looks like I got some issues I should work on. We play a little tune on the piano to pop the Monotones trophy, and skip to where we find the flashlight, and walk to the back of this room to find another echo. Don't worry about them being called glitches in the description, I definitely didn't forget to call them that. Moving on, there's a teddy bear hat in the teddy bear room, and if we burn a teddy bear in the incinerator while wearing the hat, we unlock the Toys Are for Kids trophy. Hey, remember that corn on the cob from before? Popcorn, baby. Lots of trophies involving incinerators in this game. We find a secret vent at the back of a shower room to witness this grim scene and collect the last glitch and get the sick kid's trophy. Once we're in the morgue, we open this hatch right here to find another hat, which seems to just be bandages. One of the streets outside has a manhole in the back we missed that leads to a sewer area with another glitch to collect. We get behind this little nook on the rooftops, which leads to a secret room with another glitch. After sliding down this clothesline with a hanger, if we go back outside and into this room over here, we get a really cool reference to the first game and another glitch, which thankfully is the last one we need for the Pale Kid's trophy. There were statues just like this one in the first game that Six could throw and break that were a part of that game's own collectible trophies. We toss it on the floor and the unladylike trophy unlocks for us. In the big puzzle cart room, if we pull the cart all the way to the left side and climb up, we actually find on top of the shelf the last hat we need for the Far Ahead trophy. So at this point, I should have had all the trophies, but we're missing just one glitch remains for the school kids one. I thought I went to all the locations that I needed, so I was perplexed and decided to just visit all of them again. Thankfully, the one that we wanted was the second one that you encounter. The little bugger was sitting down and only appeared when you got really close to the bike. Anyways, we did it! The No More Remains trophy unlocks for finding all of the glitches, School Kids unlocks for finding all the ones in the second chapter, and finally, Primetime Content Consumer. My 31st Platinum trophy is unlocked. I hope you guys liked this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did and maybe a comment if you want. I'm still working on making these videos shorter and it's a struggle, but I'm working on it. I stream at twitch.tv/Crocafella if you ever want to check that out too. Thanks for sticking around and I hope you have a great day.